Distinguished members of the Indian community in Mozambique, my dear friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, let me express my profound honor to have this opportunity to participate in the historic and global celebrations of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav launched by the Government of India to commemorate the 75 years of India's independence today. It is a very special moment for all Indians, and I believe that we are indeed very lucky to be born at a time that provides us this opportunity to be part of this momentous occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I am aware that on account of the surge of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic in Mozambique, we could not have the privilege of inviting all our fellow Indian nationals as also members of the Indian diaspora in Mozambique for this historic celebrations today. But let me place on record my deep appreciation and gratitude to every member of the Indian community in this country for shaping our history and contributing to the growth, development and welfare of our beloved India. You are all with us despite your physical absence today. Ladies and gentlemen, as we rejoice on the historic occasion of the celebrations of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav today, I would fail in my duty if I do not take this opportunity to salute the brave and selfless freedom fighters and the revolutionary leaders of India, as also our courageous soldiers in the post-independence era who had made untold sacrifices that not only freed us from the British colonial rule on 15th August 1947, but also ensured our subsequent safety and security in our country while they valiantly fought for us at our frontiers. Ladies and gentlemen, India has made rapid social and economic progress, as also spectacular advances in science and technology and researches in the fields of space, communications and defense, based on the principles of equality, transparency and accountability, particularly during the last 7 years under the able and inspirational leadership of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. Such able and impeccable governance has accorded us the opportunity to stand tall as a citizen of a respectable and responsible nation of the world that guides other countries to achieve the standards that are necessary for securing global good and welfare for all. We will continue in our endeavor and pursuit to assist one and all as part of our belief in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is, the world is one family. Ladies and gentlemen, bilateral relations between India and Mozambique has also seen an upward swing during the last few years, particularly following the visit of Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi to Mozambique in July 2016. After that, Raksha Mantri and Minister of State for External Affairs, General V.K. Singh and his successor, Shri V. Muralidharan, had also visited Mozambique in 2019, 2018 and 2020 respectively. While Honorable President of the Republic of Mozambique, His Excellency Mr. Filipe Jacinto Nyusi, and the Minister of National Defense of Mozambique had visited India in 2015 and 2019 respectively. Such high-level bilateral interactions have not only fostered partnership between our two countries in multifaceted areas, but have also laid the groundwork for greater mutual understanding between our governments and our peoples. We have also witnessed the reinforcement of the strong ethnic bonds between people of our two countries during this period, as also consolidation of our bilateral ties as governments and the peoples of both India and Mozambique have demonstrated solidarity and assisted each other to face the contemporary challenges, most notably the COVID-19 pandemic. We also have the second batch of our team from the Indian Coast Guards in Mozambique, for upkeep and maintenance of the 2 fast-speed interceptor boats that were donated by the Government of India to Mozambique and that have played a huge influential role in the ongoing advances of the Mozambican armed forces to combat insurgency and terrorism in the northern province of Cabo Delgado. They will also impart training to their Mozambican counterparts during their tenure in Mozambique. On the auspicious occasion of the celebrations of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, I salute them and thank them for their incredible efforts and effective discharge of their enormous responsibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, on the momentous occasion of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav today, I place on record my abundant pride and honor to represent in Mozambique my great country that comprises of selfless and glorious people with a long and enriching history and who belong to the most ancient civilization of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I once again invite you to witness the spectacular illumination of the iconic CFM building in Maputo with the tricolors of the Indian national flag from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. today. This is a unique and special effort being made by the High Commission of India in Maputo in association with the Mozambique Ports and Railways authorities to celebrate the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This will be the first time that the tricolors of the Indian national flag will be displayed on any public building in Mozambique. All of you are once again invited to be part of this historic and momentous occasion. Take photographs and share them through your social media handles with the hashtag Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and also tag us at India and Moz in Twitter and India and Mozambique in Facebook. I also take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your overwhelming response towards singing the Rashtragan. You all simply rocked with your melodious voices in the videos of your singing the Indian national anthem. Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Now, I would avail the honor of reading out the speech of the Honorable Rashtrapati delivered to the nation on the eve of the 75th Independence Day of India. Addressed to the nation by the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, on the eve of India's 75th Independence Day. My dear fellow citizens, Namaskar. It is a matter of great joy for me to wish all Indians living in India and abroad a very happy Independence Day. This day has a special significance as it marks the beginning of the 75th year of India's independence, for which Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is being celebrated. My hearty congratulations to you all on this momentous occasion. Independence Day is a festival of freedom for us. This was made possible by generations of freedom fighters, some known, many unknown. They made great sacrifices. Today, you and I breathe under free skies thanks to their heroic deeds. I bow in respect to the pious memory of those brave martyrs. अनेक देशों की तरह हमारे राष्ट्र को भी विदेशी हुकूमत के दौरान बहुत अन्याय और अत्याचार सहने पड़े, परंतु भारत की विशेषता ये थी कि गांधी जी के नेतृत्व में हमारा स्वाधीनता आंदोलन सत्य और अहिंसा के सिद्धांतों पर आधारित रहा। उन्होंने तथा अन्य सभी राष्ट्र नायकों ने भारत को औपनिवेशिक शासन से मुक्त करने का मार्ग तो दिखाया ही, साथ ही राष्ट्र के पुनर्निर्माण की रूपरेखा की भी प्रस्तुत की। उन्होंने भारतीय जीवन मूल्यों और माननीय गरिमा को पुनः स्थापित करने के लिए भी भरपूर प्रयास किए। Now, as we look back to the 75 years journey of our republic, we have reasons to be proud of the considerable distance we have traveled. Gandhiji taught us that slow and steady steps in the right direction are preferable to rapid strides in the wrong direction. The world looks up at the miracle of India, home to the plurality of traditions, and yet the biggest and the most vibrant democracy. Dear fellow citizens, in the recently concluded Tokyo Olympics, our sportspersons have brought laurels to the nation with their stellar performances. India has won the highest number of medals in the 121 years of its participation in the Olympics. Our daughters have achieved world-class excellence in playgrounds, overcoming many adversities. Along with sports, epoch-making changes are taking place in the participation and success of women in all walks of life. From higher educational institutions to armed forces, from laboratories to playgrounds, our daughters are making their mark. In this success of our daughters, I see a glimpse of a developed India of the future. I urge every parent to learn from the families of such promising daughters and provide opportunities to their daughters also to explore avenues of growth. पिछले साल की तरह महामारी के कारण इस वर्ष भी स्वतंत्रता दिवस समारोह बड़े पैमाने पर नहीं मनाए जा सकेंगे, लेकिन हम सबके हृदय में हरदम भरपूर उत्साह बना हुआ है। हालांकि महामारी की तीव्रता में कमी आई है, लेकिन कोरोना वायरस का प्रभाव अभी भी समाप्त नहीं हुआ है। इस वर्ष आई महामारी की दूसरी लहर के विनाशकारी प्रभाव से हम अभी तक उबर नहीं पाए हैं। पिछले वर्ष सभी लोगों के असाधारण प्रयास के बल पर हम संक्रमण के प्रसार पर काबू पाने में सफल रहे थे। हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने बहुत ही कम समय में वैक्सीन तैयार करने का कठिन काम संपन्न कर लिया। इसलिए इस वर्ष के आरंभ में हम सब विश्वास से भरे हुए थे, क्योंकि हमने इतिहास का सबसे बड़ा टीकाकरण अभियान शुरू कर दिया था। फिर भी कोरोना वायरस के नए रूपों और अन्य अप्रत्याशित कारणों के परिणाम स्वरूप हमें दूसरी लहर का भयावह प्रकोप झेलना पड़ा। मुझे इस बात का गहरा दुख है कि दूसरी लहर में बहुत सारे लोगों की प्राण रक्षा नहीं की जा सकी और बहुत से लोगों को भारी कष्ट सहने पड़े। ये अभूतपूर्व संकट का समय था। मैं पूरे देश की ओर से आप सभी पीड़ित परिवारों के दुख में बराबर का भागीदार हूं। The science is coping with this invisible enemy of terrible might with remarkable speed. We can take solace from the fact that more lives have been saved than the lives lost. It was our collective determination to overcome the challenge that helped us see the weakening of the second wave. Once again, our corona warriors, the doctors, nurses, and health workers, the administrators and others, risked everything to contain the impact of the second wave. The second wave brought our public healthcare infrastructure under stress. The reality is that no infrastructure, even of advanced economies, could withstand a crisis of such enormous proportions. Efforts were made on war footing to plug the gaps. The leadership rose to the challenge, and the government's endeavors were supported by initiatives of the states, private sector healthcare facilities, the civil society, and others. In this extraordinary mission, foreign nations shared the essentials generously, just as India had reached out to many nations with medicine, equipment, and vaccines. I'm grateful to the global community that came forward with a helping hand. इन सभी प्रयासों के परिणाम स्वरूप काफी हद तक सामान्य स्थिति बहाल हो गई है और अब हमारे अधिकांश देशवासी राहत की सांस ले रहे हैं। अब तक के अनुभव से यही सीख मिली है कि अभी हम सबको लगातार सावधानी बरतने की जरूरत है। इस समय वैक्सीन हम सब के लिए विज्ञान द्वारा सुलभ कराया गया सर्वोत्तम सुरक्षा कवच है। हमारे देश में चल रहे विश्व के सबसे बड़े टीकाकरण अभियान के तहत अब तक 50 करोड़ से अधिक देशवासियों को वैक्सीन लग चुकी है। मैं सभी देशवासियों से आग्रह करता हूं कि वे प्रोटोकॉल के अनुरूप जल्दी से जल्दी वैक्सीन लगवा लें और दूसरों को भी प्रेरित करें। My fellow citizens, The economic impact of the pandemic is as disastrous as its health impact. The government has been concerned about the lower middle classes and the poor, as well as about the small and medium industries. It has been sensitive to the needs of the laborers and of employers who have been facing hardships due to the lockdowns and movement restrictions. Sensitive to their needs, the government had taken a series of relief measures last year. This year also, the government had distributed food grains to about 40 crore people in May and June. This benefit has been extended till Diwali. Moreover, the government has announced a new stimulus package worth rupees 6,28,000 crores to boost the selected COVID-affected sectors. In particular, it is heartening to note that an amount of rupees 23,220 crore is being spent over 1 year for the expansion of medical facilities. It is heartening to note that rural India, particularly the agricultural sector, has kept growing against all odds. In a recent visit to my ancestral village Parong in the Kanpur Dehat district, I was quite pleased to find that better infrastructure is being developed to make life better for people in rural areas. The psychological distance between the urban and rural is now much less as compared to the past. After all, India lives in its villages, which cannot be allowed to lag behind in development. That is why special campaigns, including the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, are being implemented for the welfare of our farmers. ये सभी प्रयास आत्मनिर्भर भारत की संकल्पना के अनुरूप है। हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था में निहित विकास की क्षमता पर दृढ़ विश्वास के साथ सरकार ने रक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, नागरिक उड्डयन, विद्युत तथा अन्य क्षेत्रों में निवेश को और अधिक सरल बनाया है। भारत द्वारा पर्यावरण के अनुकूल ऊर्जा के नवीकरण स्रोतों, विशेष रूप से सौर ऊर्जा को बढ़ावा देने के नवीन प्रयासों की विश्वव्यापी प्रशंसा हो रही है। जब ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस की रैंकिंग में सुधार होता है, तब उसका सकारात्मक प्रभाव देशवासियों की ईज ऑफ लिविंग पर भी पड़ता है। इसके अलावा जन कल्याण की योजनाओं पर विशेष जोर दिया जा रहा है। उदाहरण के लिए 70,000 करोड़ रुपए की क्रेडिट लिंक सब्सिडी योजना की बदौलत अपना खुद का घर होने का सपना अब साकार हो रहा है। एग्रीकल्चरल मार्केटिंग में किए गए अनेक सुधारों से हमारे अन्नदाता किसान और भी सशक्त होंगे और उन्हें अपने उत्पादों की बेहतर कीमत प्राप्त होगी। सरकार ने प्रत्येक देशवासी की क्षमता को विकसित करने के लिए अनेक कदम उठाए हैं, जिनमें से कुछ ही का एक उल्लेख मैंने किया है। Dear fellow citizens, a new dawn is rising in Jammu and Kashmir. The government has initiated the process of consultations with all stakeholders who have faith in democracy and the rule of law. I urge the people, especially the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, to utilize this opportunity and work on realizing their aspirations through democratic institutions. With all-round progress, India's stature is rising in the international arena, as it was reflected in our participation in several key multilateral forums, as well as in consolidating bilateral relationships with several countries. प्यारे देशवासियों, 75 साल पहले जब भारत ने आजादी हासिल की थी, तब अनेक लोगों को यह संशय था कि भारत में लोकतंत्र सफल नहीं हो। ऐसे लोग शायद इस तथ्य से अनभिज्ञ थे कि प्राचीन काल में लोकतंत्र की जड़ें इसी भारत भूमि में पुष्पित पल्लवित हुई थी। आधुनिक युग में भी भारत बिना किसी भेदभाव के सभी वयस्कों को मताधिकार देने में अनेक पश्चिमी देशों से भी आगे रहा। हमारे राष्ट्र निर्माताओं ने जनता के विवेक में अपनी आस्था व्यक्त की और हम भारत के लोग अपने देश को एक शक्तिशाली लोकतंत्र बनाने में सफल रहे हैं। We have adopted the system of parliamentary democracy. Therefore, our parliament is the temple of our democracy, which provides us the highest forum where we discuss, debate, and decide issues for the well-being of our people. It is a matter of great pride for all Indians that our parliament will soon be housed in a new building. It will be a befitting statement of our outlook. It will honor our legacy while also walking in step with the contemporary world. It is more than symbolic that the new building will be inaugurated in the year of the 75th anniversary of independence. The government has planned many initiatives to make this special year memorable, and the most exciting of them all as well be the Gaganyaan mission. Pilots of Indian Air Force have been receiving training abroad. When they fly off into space, India will become only the 4th nation on the planet to carry out a manned space mission. When it comes to the flights of our ambitions, we don't let any limitations define us. Yet, we keep our feet on the ground. We acknowledge that we still have a long way to go in realizing the dreams of those who won the freedom for us. Our Constitution neatly summarizes those dreams in 4 words: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. We must strive for more equality in an unequal world, more justice in unjust circumstances. Justice has come to encompass a large range of connotations, including economic and environmental justice. The road ahead is not easy. We will have to negotiate many twists and turns, but we will have the benefit of incomparable guidance. It comes to us from diverse sources, from the venerable seers of millennia ago, down to the sages and leaders of more recent times. In the spirit of unity in diversity, we as a nation are following the right course. This vision, derived from the unique Indian heritage, is going to be helpful not only to us, but to the whole world in this century. Modern industrial civilization has posed serious challenges before humankind. Climate change has become a reality of life, with seas rising, glaciers melting, and temperatures soaring. India is proud of not only adhering to the Paris Climate Agreement, but doing more than what the country has committed to protect the climate. However, the world desperately needs a course correction. This is why the world is increasingly turning to the wisdom of India as created by the authors of the Vedas and Upanishads, as depicted in the Ramayana and Mahabharata, as taught by Lord Mahavira, Lord Buddha and Guru Nanak, and as reflected in the lives of the likes of Mahatma Gandhi. Learning the art of living in tune with nature requires effort, Gandhiji says. But once you establish a relationship with rivers and mountains, birds and animals, nature reveals its secrets to you. Let us resolve to listen to this message of Gandhiji and also to make sacrifices for the sake of the land we live in. हमारे स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों में देश प्रेम और त्याग की भावना सर्वोपरि थी। उन्होंने अपने हितों की चिंता न करते हुए हर प्रकार की चुनौतियों का सामना किया। मैंने देखा है कि कोरोना के संकट का सामना करने में भी लाखों लोगों ने अपनी परवाह न करते हुए मानवता के प्रति निस्वार्थ भाव से दूसरों के स्वास्थ्य और प्राणों की रक्षा के लिए भारी जोखिम उठाए हैं। ऐसे सभी कोविड योद्धाओं की मैं हृदय से सराहना करता हूं। अनेक कोविड योद्धाओं को अपनी जान भी गंवानी पड़ी है। मैं उन सब की स्मृति को नमन करता हूं। Recently, on the occasion of the Kargil Vijay Divas, I wanted to visit the Kargil War Memorial Dras in Ladakh to pay homage to our brave soldiers. But due to bad weather, it was not possible for me to reach that monument. On that day, I paid homage to our brave soldiers at the Dagger War Memorial in Baramulla. That memorial has been built in the memory of all the soldiers who have made the supreme sacrifice in line of their duty. While appreciating the valor and sacrifice of those brave warriors, I noticed that the war memorial has a motto inscribed: Mera kaam desh ke naam, which means each and every deed of mine is for the nation. All of us should imbibe this motto as a mantra and work with full devotion and dedication for the development of the nation. I would like that all of us come together to take India forward on the path of progress with the spirit of keeping the interest of the nation and society foremost. Dear fellow citizens, I extend my greetings especially to the members of the armed forces who have guided our freedom valiantly and gladly, making supreme sacrifice when necessary. I also extend my greetings to the members of the Indian diaspora who have represented the motherland well wherever they have made home. I once again congratulate all of you on the eve of India's 75th Independence Day. While celebrating this anniversary, I cannot stop my mind from imagining a powerful, prosperous and peaceful India of 2047 when we will celebrate 100 years of our independence. मैं ये मंगल कामना करता हूँ कि हमारे सभी देशवासी कोविड महामारी के प्रकोप से मुक्त हो तथा सुख और समृद्धि के मार्ग पर आगे बढ़े. Once again, my best wishes to all of you. Thank you. Jai Hind. Namaskar.